I am particularly proud and happy about the young filmmakers, actors, singers, writers, producers that are coming up behind my generation. In particular, Barry Jenkins. Young people understand this young man made 10, 15, 20 short films before he got the opportunity to make Moonlight. So never give up. Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. It's not easy. If it was easy, there'd be no Kerry Washington. If it was easy, there'd be no Taraji Henson, P. Henson. If it were easy, there'd be no Octavia Spencer. But not only that, if it were easy, there'd be no Viola Davis. If it were easy, there'd be no Michael T. Williamson, no Stephen McKinley Henderson, no Russell Hornsby. If it were easy, there'd be no Denzel Washington. So keep working, keep striving, never give up, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. So keep moving, keep growing, keep learning. See you at work. President Gutman, Provost Price, Board Chair Cohen, fellow honorees, beautiful honorees, and today's graduates. I'm honored and grateful for the invitation today. It's always been great to be on the Penn campus. I've been here before a lot of times for basketball games. My son played at the Palestra, played on the basketball team. Yeah, that's right, played on the basketball team. To Pennsylvania when I come to Philadelphia, except on the few occasions where I wear my Yankee cap. I can't suddenly just switch up and wear a Philly cap. I mean, it's like taking your life in your hands around here when you wear a Yankee cap. I'm telling you. I met a couple of guys and they were like, "Hey, we love you, Denzel, but you know, you walking around with that hat on, we don't care who you are." So you'll be happy to see that I'm not wearing my Yankee cap today. I'm wearing my Yankee socks, my Yankee t-shirt, my Yankee jock shorts, my Yankee underwear, my Yankee toe warmers, but not my Yankee cap. But still, I'll be honest with you, I'm a little nervous. I'm not used to speaking at a graduation of this magnitude. It's a little overwhelming. It's out of my comfort zone. You dress me up in army fatigues or throw me on top of a moving train, as someone said, unstoppable, or ask me to play Malcolm X, Reuben Hurricane Carter, or Alonzo from Training Day. I can do that. But a commencement speech, it's a very serious affair, and it's a very different ball game. There are literally thousands and thousands of people here. And for those who say, well, you're a movie star, millions of people watch you and watch you speak all the time, well, that's true. That's technically true. But I'm not actually in the theater watching them, watching me. I think that makes sense. I mean, I'm not there when they call for a fidget around or pull out their iPhones or text their boyfriend or scratch their behinds or whatever it is they're doing in the movie theater. But from up here, I can see every single one of you, and that makes me uncomfortable. So please, don't pull out your iPhones and your texts. Don't text your boyfriend until after I'm done. Please. If you have to scratch your behind, I mean, I understand. Go ahead. I was thinking about this speech, what I should say. I figured the best way to keep your attention would be to talk about something, you know, really like juicy Hollywood stuff. Like, I thought I could talk about me and Russell Crowe getting in arguments on the set of American Gangster, or but I said, no, you're a group of high-minded intellectuals, you're not interested in that. Or maybe not. I thought about a private moment I had backstage with Angelina Jolie in a dressing room after the Oscars. But I said, no, I don't think so. This is an Ivy League school. And I mean, Angelina Jolie half naked in a dressing room. Who wants to hear about that? No one, no one, no one, no one. This is Penn. That stuff would never go over well over here. So I was back to square one, feeling the pressure. So now you're probably thinking, if it was going to be this difficult, this much pressure, why did I even accept today's invitation in the first place? Well, you know, my son goes here, that's number one. That's a good reason. And I always like to check to see how my money's being spent. And I'm sure there's some parents out there who can relate to what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's everybody upstairs. And there were some other good reasons for me to show up. Sure, I got an Academy Award, but I never had something called a magic meatball after waiting in line for half an hour at the food truck. Yeah? Yes, I talked face to face with President Obama, but I never talked face to face with a guy named Queeter who sings bad songs over at Smokes on Tuesday night. I never been to Buies. I never been to Hemos. Yes, I have played a detective who battles demons, but I've never been to a school in my life where the squirrel population has gone bananas. I mean, they're breaking in the dorm rooms, they're walking around campus. I think I saw some carrying books on their way to class. So I had to be here. I had to come. Even though I was afraid I might make a fool of myself. In fact, if you really want to know the truth, I had to come exactly because I might make a fool of myself. Now, what am I talking about? Here it is. I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything except my faith. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit. Fall forward. This is what I mean. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Fall forward. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You've got to take risks, and I'm sure you've probably heard that before, but I want to talk to you about why that's so important. I got 3 reasons, and you can pick up your iPhones.